Okay, let's start. Hi guys, thanks for attending our workshop event, WaveHack Global workshop event. I'm Kinjo from Akindo. Akindo is organized now with WaveHack Global. So today, I'm so excited to introduce Manta Network merging technology to builders like you guys today. So let's get start. Today, our biz member Moz will explain what WebHack Global is. Yeah, Moz today is a Fox avatar here. And after that, Jason from Manta Network will introduce Manta's magic technology. So let's get start. So are you ready, guys? Yes, let's
Yep.
start. So please, Moz-san.
Thank you for the intro, great intro, Kinjo-san. I'm Moz from Akindo and excited to be here for today's session. And let's get started. First of all, welcome everyone to our WaveHack Global Onboarding Workshop with Manta Network. It's a pleasure to have you with us today, and I'm excited to introduce you to this acceleration program designed to foster the next generation of groundbreaking crypto applications. So what's a WaveHack Global? So WaveHack Global is a prize-funded acceleration program that aims to support builders like you in bringing your innovative products to market. With the backing of our top-tier partners, we provide grants and feedback to help enhance your solutions, whether you are launching a new project or expanding an existing solution. The program is already underway, and as we gear up for 3 major demo days in Japan this summer, let's explore why WaveHack Global is the event you don't want to miss. You have opportunity to receive grants from leading global projects like Manta, ZK Sync, Mina, Aleph0, The Graph, Aptos, and more. Every 2 weeks, you receive valuable feedback from expert judges of these projects, and our weekly online study sessions will keep you updated on the latest technologies and the in-demand products. Additionally, you have unique chance to pitch at major crypto conference in Japan, including IVS-Crypto, EtherCon, and WebEx. WebHack Global is an accelerating program open to all builders, whether teams or individuals, at any time and free of charge. This summer, you have the opportunity to impress a broad audience with your project tailored to our grant partners' themes and contribute to the mass adoption of crypto. So today, we are thrilled to have Jason and Mia from Manta Network leading this workshop. Manta Network is a modular blockchain for zero-knowledge applications. In this engaging session, Jason and Mia will explore how you can utilize the Manta Network for your projects. They will introduce the feature of the Manta AI, including Universal Circuit, making it easier for you to build on the Manta Network. We'll also a live Q&A session at the end, and you can ask Jason and Mia anything about Manta or your projects. So feel free to comment on YouTube throughout the session, and we'll address as many questions as possible. So please know that there are 2 build themes for Manta at WaveHack Global. First one is a decentralized AI-powered solution for data, DePIN, and DeFi, which includes $25,000 grants. And second one is engaging Web3 gaming experiences, which includes $10,000 in grants. AI theme challenges you to leverage AI technology in data, DePIN, and DeFi, which are currently very trendy topic in the Web3 space. On the other hand, The gaming theme challenges you to propose innovative and executable economic incentive mechanism solutions. It's a great opportunity to contribute to the Mina ecosystem, showcase your technical skills, and present innovative ideas. So currently, as you can see, it's the second wave for these themes. And since no submission meets Manta's expectation for the first wave, and the grant has been carried over. So therefore, now the grant for the second wave is doubled. So don't miss this opportunity to showcase your skills. We are excited to see what you build and how you leverage Manta Network to push the boundaries of what's possible in the blockchain space. All right, now without further ado, let's welcome Jason and Mia to share their insights and expertise. Jason, Mia, thank you for joining us today. We are all excited to find out more about Manta Network. The stage is yours now. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Kindle team, for having us. So, yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jason. I'm from Manta Network. I'm joined today with Mia from our team as well. So I think today's session is going to be quite straightforward. It's going to be an introductory session that talks about what Manta Network is. At the same time, we are really, really looking forward to all the ideas, all the awesome ideas and projects that you guys are looking to launch. So yeah, I think without further ado, please allow me to share my screen and I'll be able to take you guys through what we do. All right. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. Let me just present this.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so yeah, let's begin. So in terms of Manta Network, maybe for those that are aware, we actually have two different networks, right? So one is L1 and one is L2, but today we are primarily going to be focusing on Manta Pacific, right? So for Manta Pacific, we are essentially the first modular L2 that promotes ZK. We are a ZK application platform on Ethereum. So Manta is global. We have users from all over the world, right? 100 plus countries right now. And our team members are also very robust. We speak a lot of different languages. We have community support that supports up to 10 plus languages. So, but one thing, unfortunately, I can't speak Japanese, so I can't present this in Japanese today, but hopefully that you guys can kind of follow us along. So the Manta ecosystem currently, obviously we are still growing day by day. And currently we have about $1 billion in terms of TVL on chain, 21 million transactions to date. We have about 800,000 active addresses. We are currently ranked as top 10 layer 2 on all the leading listings, right? So, and in terms of our ecosystem, currently we have 266 plus ecosystem projects. So we are very much looking forward to working with you and getting more ecosystem projects built on our chain. So the growing Manta ecosystem, this is kind of like a current landscape that I can visualize it for you guys. So we have various categories, right? So, you can really let your imagination go wild. We have infrastructure tooling products, we have DeFi products, gaming, metaverse, social fi, identity, and et cetera, et cetera. But I will be talking a little bit about our primary focus for 2024 as well. So why choose Manta Network to deploy, right? So talking about being a modular L2, essentially what it is that we focus on these two main things. Manta Network is scalable and Manta Network is secure, right? So in terms of our DA layer, our data DA layer, we are using Celestia, and we have kind of transitioned our OP stack initially to Polygon ZK EVM now, plus our universal circuits, right? So I'll be able to elaborate a little bit more about our universal circuits, but essentially Manta Network is the lowest gas fees in terms of all the L2s right now. So our universal circuits are very powerful. We enable developers to deploy very, very easily.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry for interrupt. I think the voice is has a problem from your side.
Oh,
Check.
really? Is it better now?
Its voice is a bit having some noise at the same time.
Okay, that is weird. Is it better now? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I
Or is
actually
it
still
too?
have the yeah.
Okay, that's weird. I might need to reconnect then if that's the case. Is it really bad?
Yeah, sometimes it's really like the quite hard to listen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's fine for now. 金城さん、どうしましょうか?
Or would you guys like me to kind of like rejoin?
Yeah. Could you change the mic, input mic? Maybe using AirPods? No?
Okay, let me see that.
Yeah. Maybe mic input change is better.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect.
It's perfect. Please.
All right.
All
Okay,
right.
let's start.
About that. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, so with Manta Network, ultimately we are very focused in terms of zero knowledge, right? ZK. And ultimately, why is this important? Obviously, for zero knowledge is that it promotes privacy, right? And promotes scaling. At the same time, it's very secure. So you will soon discover that with our universal circuits, you'll be able to very easily add ZK features to your dapps very easily without any kind of like learning new languages, etc., etc. Okay, so on top of our universal circuits, we have recently announced Manta AI as well. So right now, on top of ZK features, you'll be able to use AI features as well very, very easily. So this is through our partnership with various partners, including Aura. So as you can see here, in terms of our dapps, we want to have ZK enabled applications, right? And you can use our circuits kind of like a ZK as a service, if you may. And with the Manta AI, you have all these SDKs ready for you to deploy. Any kind of AI inferencing and training, these are all very, very easily done on Manta Network. So quick summary of what I mentioned just now, you don't have to build circuits from scratch anymore. There's no longer a need for you to manually integrate AI through a very archaic process. And there's no more need to learn new languages to deploy, right? So ultimately, you can just build your application, add any ZK or AI features just by using Solidity. So now, where is Manta heading, right? So if we circle back to the landscape that we showed you guys just now, Manta currently for 2024, these are our primary focus. So we are looking for more AI/DePIN projects. We're very focused on LRT, LSTs, restaking tokens, etc. We want more ZK dApps to be built on our chain and ultimately focusing a lot on the modularity kind of narrative, right? So this is our primary focus for 2024. You will see that the two tracks are going to illustrate our focus. Ultimately, for us, with that focus, we want to drive more real-world Web3 adoption, right? Using AI and DePIN, because again, following that kind of narrative, we want our universal circuits and Manta AI to enable you to very easily launch this. So this is the current landscape for AI and DePIN. Our whole idea for this is kind of to enable you guys to have some ideas as well, right? So currently for the AI DePIN kind of like landscape, we have all these products, right? That you can kind of refer to, look at it, and maybe get some ideas as to like what kind of projects that you could potentially go through this grant program with us. Okay, so obviously coming back to the hackathon, right? So thank you so much, Akindo, for working with us. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We're going to talk about the different tracks that we have, right? So placing emphasis on the decentralized kind of like AI-powered solutions for data, DePIN, and DeFi. Some of the products that I showed you guys based on the landscape, you can kind of refer to that. At the same time, I'll be able to show you more use cases later. And ultimately, we have another track as well that is engaging the Web3 gaming experiences. So we want you guys to kind of like focus on these two tracks, especially with WaveHack right now. Okay, so looking at it, we want you guys to really leverage on Manta Network's tools, right? Ultimately, over here, we enable you guys to have untethered access to AGI models, right? So all this are already built in for you to very easily integrate. And some of these models are like, let's say, stable diffusion, right? So you don't have to do everything on a manual way, right? There's no need for you to, for example, learn RAS and Solidity, try to integrate two things together. Ultimately, using our circuits, you can bypass that. So we want you to be able to create your unique AI models as well through something that we call our AI toolkits. And ultimately, this is very easily for you to deploy, and it's also cost effective for your dApps to be launched. So I want you to build with us. I'm not too sure, like I can't really see the comments online, but is anyone already building on Manta? If you guys are familiar with it, essentially deploying on Manta is very, very easy. We have a very robust documentation with all these universal circuits that I'm talking about, Manta AI. At the same time, we also work with multiple no-code, low-code tooling partners that you can very easily deploy on Manta and let your ideas go wild. So over here, I have a link. If you guys want to very quickly just check out docs.manta.network, you'll be able to see it's very, very easy to deploy because ultimately Manta is a EVM compatible, right? So it's very easy for you guys to deploy. And in terms of practical example, this is just one quick example of our Manta universal circuits. Over here, we are showcasing like kind of like the ZK shuffle and the shuffle manager contract, right? So we have a use case. You can check out ZK Hold'em, right? So it's very easily to deploy, and this is something like we call like a mental poker, right? So they use this ZK technology to ensure that the playing poker experience is a lot better, right? And a lot more fair for the users as well. As for Manta AI, we have announced a partnership, right, with Aura Protocol. And through Aura Protocol, you can get untethered access to all these AGI models that I mentioned using our AI toolkits. So over here, we have some use cases. I'll be able to very quickly show you guys in terms of some ideas that you can start building. But ultimately over here, we have the documents from Aura that you can check out to see how to deploy. So maybe this part, I can very quickly show you guys some of the use cases that you can think of. Quick moment. My audio is fine, right, guys?
Yes, it's good.
Okay, I hope you guys are still following. Essentially, we will drop this link for you guys for easy access, but some of the AI kind of like use cases and examples have already been illustrated by Aura as well. So I can very quickly go through some of the ideas that you could potentially use. We have like, for example, AI NFT bot, right? For security, we have artificial guarding intelligence, etc., etc. So you can really utilize Aura's toolkits, right? Essentially with Manta, and very, very easily deploy this. So we want to, again, we want you guys to go wild with your imagination, right? And some of the apps that you were looking to deploy, leverage on our tooling, and you'll be able to deploy this. So all these links, I'll be able to share with you guys, right? I think the Kindle team will be able to tag this for you guys as well, that you can use this as a reference. Okay, I think I'll move back to the slides and ultimately the video. Okay, continuing on. For less technical developers, you can also leverage on local deployment tools, such as one of our partners here that already enabled deployment onto Manta Pacific. They are called Third Web. So you can very easily launch smart contracts with very minimal coding. Right. So again, it's more towards getting ideas from you guys and taking you guys to the next level. So for the next part, we will be able to share a very quick video that illustrates about ZKP, right? And how you guys can very quickly understand this. Again, all the links are available. We will be forwarding this to you guys, but this is a very quick 15 to 17 minute video that talks about how you can very easily add these features, at the same time, prove it, verify it, etc. So can I play the video now, guys, very quickly?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's get started. When talk about ZK, there should be a define about what ZKP is, and I think here is a good definition. The ZKP is measured when the one party that is the approval can prove to another party that is verified. Then something is true. We can call it here. It's a statement, and the most important thing is without revealing any information part. So we can find some keywords here. So the first is you have to prove something. It's called a statement. A statement is originally looks like a
Jason, you muted the mic, so I think
Sorry.
you need time.
Is that okay?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the statement is originally a computation.
Yeah.
And and sometimes we also call it our constraints. It's the same meaning. Especially in when you write circuit, they call it constraints. Such for example, here we overrode this presentation. We use a computation here. For an example, we have several variable x, y, z, and also we have some constant 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was designed for identify some add somewhere, so you can understand. It's just for the key point. And also we have a result here. It's called out. Aside from the statement, you have some like information. And then here we said without revealing any information, so there is something we called private. For example, here we can define XYZ as private, and we just public the output out, yeah. And during the most of the ZK language and framework, and both the public and the private information is called witness. So if you see this information, they are pretty much the same. And then it's two party. And the first is the pro side. And what the pro side do is it just accepts some private input and public input, and all witness, and also the circuit. Then is what we define the statement or constraints, and we have there is a proof key, and the output is the proof. ZKB proof and also some outputs here, and for verify also there is the circuit is the same, and the public input and output proof and wiki. So here there is no private input. This is the majority different, because ZK you should not reveal anything about a private input, but you already prove like the circuit, and if verify will report valid or invalid based on the proof the approval provide. So it's it's a basic define and the framework of the ZKP. So let's do something by hand. So here, since I have defined the computation here, and the computation, and it's a bigger, pretty much variable, like arithmetic operations program. So when write a circuit, we have to split them into some smaller class here. I'm using some temporary variable, like we foster calculator x and y, and the result as a temporary T1. And then we compute the Z operation with get the result T2. And finally, we generate out with T1 and T2. Here, you might quite curious why we could not just write right here. I can try here. Here I write a code in the VS Code, and for example, if I do not write it in this way, and I just write everything. Just write everything together. And then I compile. I compile the. Oh, sorry. Okay. So here you might get an error. It's called non-quadratic constraints are not allowed. And it's it's something about it's a limit in the circuit design, because the circuit itself is like in the chip design a similar way. So you have to simulation in the same way as the chip design, and it can only do like the simple add and multiply, and it can not do so much pretty much complex. Yeah, some maybe some language like the Rust or Hello tool, they can do this because they analyze just the analysis and they split to the correct constraints internally. But for us, we use Circum, and I think it's good for us to understand that we should everything should be quadratic. Here we just have a good clone here because we will talk about the quadratic later. Let's fall back. So here we have write the circuit, and we define the circuit constraints, and we define the here we define the public input, we define out as the public, and what we everything we not defined like the XYZ is default private input. So here we can like compile the circuit with the Circum, and it's a very smaller circuit, so we can compile it pretty much quickly, and we can see there is some information like the constraints number 3. Yeah, because we write 3, 1, 2, 3 constraints here, and we have one public input and is out, and for private input we have XYZ, so there is 3. Yeah, and we have some information here. We have R1CS, and we have theme, Watson, and JSON. This parameter provides some intermediate result which can help us to understand the ZK works, how it works. But before that, we should you should install Circum. Circum is used to compile the circuit into actually a binary or something. You when you compile C to like some binary or compile any language, they should get some binary to works. For the Circum, here we generate the Watson file. So here the result is Watson, and some intermediate result help us understanding the protocol works, and so we should have Circum, and after the compile, and we can have that it works with sometimes it's called runtime. It's called Snack.js. Snack.js will help the Watson works as expected, and also here I just build the Snack.js myself, and because sometimes I can add add some debug code and to understand it how it works. Yeah, and both the Circum and Snack.js works, we can compile. So we have compiled circuit, and then we can take a look at the like the RNCS constraints. We can find it. There are three constraints. Yeah, you might find it's not quite the same as what we define here, because the circuit internally, the operation is final field based, so there is a very large prime number, and yeah, but it could be pretty much easy if when we talk it later, because here this number is just a -1, and yes, some other number it's just just another negative value. So yeah, I will talk about more about this later. So let's move on now. And yeah, we also have the same parameter, and we can find. We now have we have a same file. Here, just define everything about the symbol. We have the out, X, Y, Z, and T1, T2. And we also have a Watson. Watson is used to it's a binary. It's actually a runnable binary. You can use it to generate everything about the computing, because here we are computing we're just computing the out, so we can given our input JSON. I mean, here we can give the XYZ number and what we expected out of 6. And so yeah, let's run the witness. When we use Snack.js, and we can generate the witness. The witness include all the value about the temporary. So you see here, we define the X, Y, Z, and out, but we do not give anything about the T1 and the T2. So the witness here, the goal is to generate all the like the T1 and the T2. Yeah, have generated the nice. Have generated witness, but it's not readable because it's something binary. So I have to export to to our witness JSON. So here, this is our witness JSON, and we have X. Oh God. So we have additional number like the T1 and the T2 is also computed here, and so let's have a try. I should be very careful about, oh. Oh. Yeah, let me try. Suppose if we the circuit since we are computing this computation, so let's say we give x is 3, x is 3 and y 0 and z 0, and finally the expected output should be 16.6. But if we give a wrong, like give a wrong number of the output, let's see what happened. Yeah, you will find the witness generator will not works because yeah, you're given a right not a expected number result. Yeah. Yeah, so now we have compiled the circuit. We have generated a witness. Remember here, remember witness here because we will use it later. And then we will try, so here we, something we do not talk about before. Here we have for pro, we have pro key, and for circuit we have VK. Now we will generate these two key. Yeah. So we generate this key with the stack.js, Group 16 setup, like the setup command, and with the input, the R1CS. Yeah, because the P key and V key, they are related with the constraints for the Group 16. The key. Oh yeah, we should now have generated the ZK. That is the here. It is the pro key, and then we can generate the VK. Oh yeah, both P key and the VK is here, but they are not readable, so we can get some like readable VK. Oh yeah, so we have got the VK. The VK is used for verifier. When they try to verify your ZK proof, they have to have a VK, and the VK is actually, it seems like a large number because they are actually points on an elliptic curve, and also some refiner field. It's a very large number because some mathematical required big number to provide the security. If your number is smaller, then it's pretty easy to hack. And yeah, so just remember the VK is some point here, and we will talk about what's this point. And yes, when I have the VK and the ZK, now we can prove something. We can generate the proof.
All right, so that's just a very quick kind of like snippet that we gave you guys. If you want to have access to the full clip, we will be able to share it as well. But I think before I kind of like wrap up the session and do Q&A, obviously we want to talk a little bit about the further support that we can provide, right?
Yeah.
So let me just quickly go to the next slide. So again, we want to talk to you guys. We want to meet you guys. We want to see all the awesome ideas that you're building. We want you guys to continue growing with us. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our accelerator program as well. So working with WaveHack, if we found, your project is interesting and all that, we would be able to accelerate your project further into our ecosystem. So I can talk a little bit about the accelerator program. Let me do that right now. So if you go to accelerator.manta.network, you guys can see my screen, right? Just to double check.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. You'll be able to see essentially we are really looking for ZK enabled applications, right? So currently, maybe I'll just take you guys through some of the projects that we have as part of our first cohort, right? If you go to this list, you'll be able to see all the awesome projects that have already been onboarded. And how we are doing this onboarding is also on a rolling basis, right? So just apply when you feel like your project is ready. At the same time, we would be reaching out to projects that we are able to identify, I say, through WaveHack, right? And yeah, just apply is on a rolling basis. You can check out all the projects that are already on our platform. We have a couple of AI projects, DePIN. Again, those are our primary focus right now. So yeah, maybe I'll reserve the last 10 minutes for some Q&A if you guys have some questions.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, we can go for it. So, all right. So basically, yeah, all right. So thank you for the all-inclusive explanation. And it will definitely help all builders, especially how to use Manta AI and how to use ZKP technology using Circom. Personally, actually, like I've tried to use Circom before, and it uses a unique language similar to Last. And I recommend. I remember it took time to understand how it works. And I'm sure that in that tutorial will have people who have never tried Circoms, which is one of the frameworks of zero knowledge proofs. So this video is actually a short version of the whole tutorial, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
This video is actually a short version of the whole tutorial.
Yeah,
right?
correct. It's just a
So
short version. Yeah.
yeah, we will share this in the Manta Network channel in Akino Discord later. So okay, all right. We've got some questions in the YouTube comment. Let's jump in and see what you guys want to know. Right, the first one is from June. What will happen to Manta Atlantic in the future? Your project is pushing the Manta Pacific at the moment. So yeah, could you have your insight about like Manta Atlantic?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very good question, right? But ultimately, again, Manta Network is made out of two networks, right? We have Atlantic, we have Pacific. Atlantic is our L1. And essentially for Manta right now, we are trying to create this multi-modular ecosystem, right? If that makes sense. And for Pacific, essentially right now, we are pushing a lot of the narratives onto Pacific, but don't worry, obviously, when we have plans about Atlantic, all of it will be announced as well. So hopefully that answers your question.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, sorry to interrupt. I think I'll add something on what Jason just answered. So yeah, so right now we all know Manta Pacific, like Jason just said, is in the spotlight, but I think Manta Atlantic is still super important for us, especially for the staking part and other on-chain stuff like the validator and or running the node. So as you may know, Atlantic is built on Polkadot. So on Manta Atlantic, users can use Manta for the gas as the gas fee to participate in the staking function and other activities. So for example, we have a dapps built on Manta Atlantic, which called Bifrost. So users can earn very high APR by staking Manta on this dApp, free up the liquidity. So And also besides that, we have the native bridge linking Manta Pacific and Atlantic. So users can easily move the Manta tokens between the two layers, which makes using both chains a breeze. So this could bring in more users, and I think will make the whole Manta network ecosystem more connected and consistent. So basically, I think within the decentralized way Manta Atlantic runs, and of course, including its DPoS system, there's always going to be a lot of high-performing collalators keeping the things running smoothly, which means our network stays very secure and censorship resistant. I think it is a big draw for our users and validators alike. Yeah.
I see. I understand both are important for Manta ecosystem. Yeah. All right. Next question is from June as well. Thank you. And what kind of apps do you think would be good use case for ZK? Yeah, basically, I think for the WaveHack, people are looking for like what kind of application is good. So if you have like some good insight for this, could you tell us?
Yeah, sure. Again, I think that's also a very good question. So I did kind of show some of the examples and use cases that have already been presented by some of the partners that we work with. But if you're asking me on the spot, obviously we want you guys to come up with the ideas, right? I think the awesome ideas are from you guys. We don't want to impose it, but maybe off the top of my head right now, if we focus a lot on the data side of things, maybe more towards like a ZK-enabled decentralized social media platform, for example, right? That kind of like protects the user's privacy, right? At the same time, are able to target them with the right kind of data. So it's a lot about managing data. And maybe another example would be like, maybe like a personal assistant AI agent, right? That you train, like you send this data over, but at the same time, using ZK, you protect a lot of your own personal information, your preference, and all that. But the AI is able to use this data, right, securely to provide you the right insights. So, yeah, let your imagination run wild. Those are just two things off the top of my head right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last year there was explosion of AI, system that from after the chat GPT, right? And there's still like AI is a big trend of the all over the world. So there with the power of the Web3 and AI, that could wo- change the world. So yeah, it's maybe that you are the one, which means that I mean that for the participant of the WaveHack, you would be the one that changed the world. All right. I have like several questions, so I like to ask some. Uh, so you mentioned the ZK App Accelerator program in the slide, and I believe WaveHack Global would be a great entry point towards that program, as it allows builders to get feedback to optimize their project. And I think builders also interested in understanding what kind of support they will receive through the ZK App Accelerator program. So could you provide more details about the support offered and the process builder would follow?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of the baseline, obviously you're gonna gain support from the team, be it co-marketing, that's one. Two, probably additional mentorship, introductions to potential investors. At the same time, any kind of like tech support that we'll be able to provide, right? So that's more on the baseline side of things. And grants, for example, and these kind of like grants, we can potentially kind of like scale it, right? Depending on the performance of your project. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, this kind of, when you start the project, connection is very important to, to market as well, and as well to have insight, which, yeah, from the mentors, and that would definitely help developers. Right. And another question, yeah, let me check. And so yeah, you know, I've I've heard about Manta network a while ago, and I think sometimes people want to protect their privacy in terms of the visibility of transaction. And I heard there is a solution within the Manta ecosystem called Manta Pay with a Caramali network that maybe like for Manta Atlantic, maybe like side for Polkadot system. I'm not quite sure, but like uh, I heard it can hide or like hide the visibility of the transaction. And could you explain more about if you know about is it possible for builders to use this kind of privacy function for transaction or Manta Pacific actually at the moment or in the future? Basically try to uh, hide a transaction because I think there is always demand for this.
Good question. Mia, do you want to take this question?
Sure. Yeah, I think for the ManaPay, we do have these dapps in our ecosystem, but I need to be very honest here. We are not focusing on the privacy like solution for at the moment. Yeah. So if there's any updates, maybe in the future, we can like keep you updated about this MetaPay solution. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I think this is one of the power of the ZKP. Using ZKP, try to use not telling people about information, but like execute some actions. So yeah, it possibly will be great solution for the future. So, and the last question, actually, I have a lot of questions because I was very interested in Manta. So, yeah, I saw the word LRT in the slide, and it's a liquid restaking token. And I think after the explosion of Eigenlayer this year, this topic got huge traction, right? And so could I know a bit more about how Manta Network is working on bit restaking feature to the extent that you can share?
Yeah, so I think for us, right, there's a lot more announcements that is in our pipeline that we're looking to announce, right? So it's definitely one of our main focuses, right? But right now, as you can tell, we already have multiple protocols that we are working with, right, to deliver exactly that. So I think I'll kind of reserve again in terms of like the upcoming plans because our product team is working hard to kind of like drive that narrative forward. So I'll let them do the announcements. Yeah, if that makes
All
sense.
right. I
Yeah.
see. Maybe being prepared for the future implementation of this restaking feature could also be a key for builder to kickstart their project later on.
Yep.
Yeah,
We have a couple of like campaigns in the pipeline as well. So just stay tuned. Yeah.
that's great. All right. And for the other developer, like to try to get in this WaveHack Global, and are there any example of successful product that from previous like run programs or like hackathon or any good application that you've seen in the Manta ecosystem?
Yeah. So take for example our own accelerator program, right? So these are all amazing applications that have already launched or are looking to launch on Manta, and they've received quite a bit of support from our ecosystem team as well. So most recent one that we have worked with, take for example, is the Firefly, right? So the Firefly DAX, and you can check all about them either on our Twitter or on any of our channels, right? So yeah, again, if you are trying to identify some of the projects that really pique our interest, I think the Accelerator Program's website is the best location that you can kind of identify these projects. Yeah.
I see. Then the builders can go to that website and maybe they can have some insight for what they want, what they build for this grant program.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So I think looks like that's all the question we have for today.
Awesome.
Okay. By the Yeah, by the way, if you miss some parts of this online session, don't worry, this session is being recorded and will be published immediately after the live stream so everyone can watch again. All right.
As always, if there's any further questions, you can always reach out to us as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, we are nearing the end of this online workshop today. Before we wrap up, Jason and Mia, do you have any messages you would like to leave to the builders and potential WaveHack Global submitters?
Yeah, maybe I'll let Mia go first.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, thanks for your time for joining this session. And we're really looking forward to have more developers to build on our chain using the AI protocols or like our ZK Shuffle for the fully on-chain gaming. And we will provide some more specific tutorial about how to deploy using the ZK circuit later in our Kindle WaveHack Discord Manta Network channel. So if any of you guys are interested in building using the ZK Shuffle, the ZK library we provided, feel free to join in the Discord, and yeah, we'll keep you updated there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think from my side, I'll just second what Mia said, right? Thank you so much for tuning in. And ultimately for us, Manta, again, we are a global community, right? So if you're building any kind of projects, you need to reach out to, like very localized communities. Again, we localize our communities as well. So to ensure that, we have that particular reach that we can also support projects to achieve. So looking forward to your ideas, looking forward to connect with you. Thank you so much for having us.
All right. Okay, let me wrap up. It was a fantastic session today. Big thank you to everyone for your active participation. Special thanks to Jason and Mia for sharing such an informative presentation and for answering all questions. It was truly a valuable learning experience for everyone, including me. So as we wrap up, let's keep the momentum going. The build theme of Manta we've discussed today offers a fantastic opportunity to explore the possibilities of Manta Network. So don't forget, this WaveHack Global program is not only a chance to win a grant, but also an opportunity to contribute to a growing Manta ecosystem. For ongoing resources and support as you build your projects, keep an eye on the Luma page and stay tuned for upcoming sessions. We are here to help. And if you have any questions or need further guidance, as Mia said before, don't hesitate to reach out through our official channels such as X and Akin Discord and Manta Network Discord. So thank you once again for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you at our next session and can't wait to see what you build. Have a great day, everyone. Let's keep building on Manta Network. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.